Now we are going to learn about later Pandyas. Pandyas were one of the three ancient Tamil empire that ruled southern India since 4th century BC. Quirke associated Pearl Fisher is believed to have been their early capital and port. They moved to Madurai later as many early Tamil inscriptions of Pandyas have been unearthed in Madurai and its surroundings. Under Pandya kings of the Sangam age, Madurai was great center of culture. Poets and writers of Tamil language gathered there and contributed development of Tamil classics. The Pandyas had re-established their strong position in southern Tamil Nadu end of 6th century after eliminating the rule of Kalabharas, but they could not resist the rising power of the later Chola who ruled southern India from 9th to 13th century. Thereafter, taking advantage of decline of Chola power, later Pandyas re-established their authority and their rule continued until 16th century. Kadungon recovered Pandya territory from Kalabharas toward close of 6th century. He was succeeded by two others. Arikesari Maravarman was the first strong Pandya ruler who ascended throne in 642 AD. He was contemporary of Mahendra Varma I, Narasimha Varma I. Inscription copper plate praise his victory over his counterparts. Adikesari Maravarma is identified with the Koon Pandyan, that is a preceptor of Jains. Saivatist saint Thirunyana Sambandar converted Arikesari from Jainism to Saiva. On his conversion, Arikesi is aligned to have impaled around 8,000 Jains on stakes. Though the number is an exaggerated one, the anti-Jain attitude of Arikesi after his conversion to Saivam cannot be doubted. After Arikesi, the greatest of the dynasty was Jattila Prantaka Nedunjediyan, that is Varanguna I, the donor of Velvikudi plates. Nedunjediyan expanded the Pandya territory to include Tanjavur, Tiruchirappalli, Salem and Coimbatore district. Nedunjediyan's successors Srimara, Sirivalabha and Varanguna too were successively defeated by Pallavas. Later they could not face the rising Chola dynasty under Prantaka I. Prantaka I defeated Pandya king Rajasimha to field the country in 920. Thus ended of the Pandya rule under the Kadungun Empire. Rise of later Pandyas. The Chola Empire became weak in Pandya country after the death of Adi Rajendra, that is the last king of Vijayala line. Eventually, the Pandya kingdom could emerge as the only leading Tamil dynasty in 13th century. Madurai continued to be their capital. Now Kayal was their great port. Marco Polo, a famous traveler from Venice, visited Kayal twice in 1288 and 1293. He tells us that his port town has full of ships from Arabia and China. It is the busiest port in the later Pandya's period. Marco Polo hailed the Pandya's kingdom as the richest and most splendid province in the world. Together with Ceylon, he added it produced most of the gems and pearls that are found in the world. In his travel account, he recorded the incident of sati and polygamy practices by kings. Sadayavarman Sundarapandyan. The illustrious ruler of the second Pandya kingdom was Sadayavarman in the year of 1251 to 1268. He brought entire Tamil Nadu under his control and extended up to Nellore in Andhra. He held Hosalas in check. The Chera ruler, the chief of Malanadu, accepted his feudatory position and paid tribute to Sundarapandyan. Emboldened by the decline of the Chola state, the Bhoja king of Malwa region, Veera Somvara, challenged him. In a war at Kannanur, Sundarapandyan defeated Somavara. Sundarapandyan succeeded in establishing his authority over chieftains of Kadalur, Kanjipuram in northern Tamil Nadu, Arcot, Salem in western Tamil Nadu. 2 or 3 who ruled simultaneously along with Sundarapandyan are Vikramapandian, Veerapandian. After Sundarapandyan, Maravarman Kulasegaran ruled successfully for a period of 40 years, giving the country peace and prosperity. He had 2 sons. The king's appointment of Veerapandian as Korean provoked the other son Sundarapandyan, who killed his father Maravarman Kulasegaran. In civil war that ensured, Veerapandian owned and became firmly established in his kingdom. The defeated Sundarapandyan fell to Delhi, took revenge under the protection of Alauddin Khalji. This provided the opening for invasion of Malik Kafur. After Malik Kafur's invasion, Pandya's kingdom came to divided among a number of kings from the main ruling Pandya's family. In Madurai, a Muslim state subordinate to Delhi Sultan came to be established. Next, polity and society under that state. Pandya king's capital were Madurai has been popularly known as Kudal. Kings were called Kudal Kon, Kudal Nagar Kavalan. Pandyas derived military advantage over their neighbors by means of their horses. They imported horses through Arabs with whom they had commercial and cultural contact. The king claimed that he was ruling according to Manusastra. This doctrine supported the social hierarchy in the society. Kings and local chief created Brahmin settlement called Mangalam or Chadurvedi Mangalam with irrigation festival. The actual land owing groups are described as Bhumi Puttitar or Velalar. They were local, hence they were referred to Nattumakkal. The communal assembly of this group is Chitraveli Periyanatar. Royal officials. Band of officials executed royal orders. The Prime Minister was Uttiramandri. The historical personalities like Manikya Vasagar, Kulasiriyar, Marankari worked as minister. The royal secretary is known as Ilutu Mandalam. The most respected officials were that is titles of military commanders were Palli Velan, Prantakan Palli Velan, Maran, Atitan, Tenavan, Tamilvel. Administrative divisions. Pandya like Chola consisted of many divisions known as Palanadus divided into many Nadu Kurams. The administrative authorities of Nadu were the Natas. The Nadu and Kuram contained settlements like Mangalam, Nagaram, Ur and Kudi. Different social groups lived. Village administration. An inscription from Manus that in Tirunelveli dated as AD 800 provides information of village administration. It looks similar to Chola's local governance included village assemblies committees. Both civil and military power seem to have been vested in same person. Irrigation. The Pandyas ruler has a number of irrigation sources. On another side of rivers, Vaigai and Tamarabarani channels leading to irrigation tanks were built. In southern Tamil Nadu, like Cholas, Pandyas introduced the new irrigation technology. Irrigation works were done by local administrative bodies, local chiefs, officials. Repairs were mostly undertaken by local bodies. Sometimes, traders also dug out tanks for irrigation. Religion. Pandyas extended patronage of Vedic practices. Velkudi copper plates as well as inscriptional source mention rituals like Ashwamedha Yaga, Hiranya Garbha, Vajrapeya Yaga conducted by every Pandyan kings. The impartiality of rulers towards both Saivam and Vaishnava made known introductory portion of the inscription. Temples of both sects were patronized through land grants, tax impositions, renovation, etc. The great Saiva and Vaishnava saint Nayanmas and Alvas combined contributed to the growth of Tamil literature and spiritual enlightenment. The period was marked by intense religious conflict. The Bhakti movement of the promoted the heterodox scholars for the debates. Many instances for the defeat of Buddhism and Jains in such debates mentioned in Bhakti literature. The Pandya kings of the period supported and promoted the Tamil and Sanskrit temples. Medieval Pandyas and later Pandyas did not build any new temples but maintained existing temples, enlarging them with addition of gopura and mandabas. The monolithic mega-sized ornamented pillars are the unique feature of the medieval Pandya style. The sculptures of Shiva, Vishnu, Kotravai, Ganesha, Subramaniar are the best specimen in these temples. Pandya specially patronized the historical Meenakshi Amman temple at Madurai and kept expanding its prominence by adding gopuras and mandabas. Trade. Arab settlements on west coast of southern India from 7th century lead to expansion of the trade to connect to eastwards because governments of east coast pushed more liberal and enlightened policy towards overseas trades. In Kayal, there was an agent established by an Arab chieftain by name Malik ul Islam Jamuldin. This agency facilitated availability to horses to Pandya kings. In 13th and 14th century, horse trade became brisk. Marco Polo and Vasaf state that king invested in horses as there was need of horses for ceremonial process as well as fighting wars. Those who were trading in horse were called Kudurai Chattis. They were active in maritime trade also. The busiest port town under Pandyas was Kayalpattinam in Thoothukudi on east coast. Gold coins in circulation as a trade was carried through the medium of gold. It was variously called Kasu, Pon, Kalanj. Vast trade in horse of time has been recorded by Vashaf. He writes, as many as 1,000 horses were imported into the Kayal and other ports of India, of which 1,400 were to be of Jamuldin's own breeds. Average cost of the each horse was $220 as red gold. In this session, we learned about Cholas and Pandyas, about their social, economic, administrative, and trade purpose. This is a worksheet for you. Learn it and write as a home test. Thank you.